we're back, as always, right on time. Couch Company Podcast. My name's John, with Tyler, as always.
Hey, John. Happy to be here.
Happy to be here. And today, a little bit of an interesting podcast episode.
It's kind of interesting. We're sitting on a bed together. It's very intimate.
It's very intimate. This is a first for us, I will say. In the middle of nowhere, at a cabin right now, for one of our friends' birthday parties. So we went out here to do that. And speaking of which, that's what we're going to be talking about today. She had the honor and privilege of suggesting the topic for the top 5 this week.
Yeah, do you want to shout it out for Lindsay Harbin?
Yeah,
happy birthday, Lindsay. Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. Happy birthday, Tyler. Why don't you inform the good people what we're going to be discussing today?
So we harped on Lindsay for about the past 24 hours to come up with the best top 5 list we could possibly imagine. Because obviously, like we've been trying to come up with some stuff.
Right.
Top 5 letters of the alphabet. So now she said the alphabet. I assume English alphabet.
Yep.
Here it is. 26 letters.
26. 5 of them make the cut.
We have to pick 5.
Yeah. Now, this one's a little bit easier because whereas sidekicks, there's infinite number. We have 26.
It's all the letters.
Exactly.
We know all the letters. They're all on there.
We do know all the letters. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think all the letters, I know them all.
Yeah.
Can you say the alphabet without singing it?
Yeah, I think I can.
It's tough.
Yes.
Especially like in the middle when you get to L.
Do the LMNOP.
Yeah, for some reason it's like one word. You know, everyone does that. I don't know why. Like, where did that start?
I mean, working in GameStop, it was a lot of alphabetizing, so
sure,
it kind of gets
that helps you.
Yeah,
a lot of practice. All right, Tyler. So top 5 letters.
Yeah. So we talked very, very briefly before recording this. I brought up Wheel of Fortune with the RSTLNE, and then I got very quickly told that those are the most common letters, not the best letters.
Yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean it's the best, right? I mean,
I would say there are a lot of those letters are going to be in our list. I'm just going to go on a limb and say that.
Sure. Okay, so how do we want to structure this though? Just start bringing up letters?
Yeah, I would be interested. I mean, do you want to start at the top? Like, what do you think the best letter of the 26 letters of the alphabet are?
I think S is in the running for the best letter. I think Z is in the running for the best letter. Z's super cool. It's a great letter.
Z is basically S, just a little
fancier,
bit, a little bit
better
sharper.
Model. Yeah, sharper. It's rare. It's like
yeah, but is it as rare as X?
Maybe not, but I think Z is cooler.
What? Give me a. You gotta. So here's the thing. You gotta give me a for instance, because Z is not. I would not say is in the top 5.
Really? When you put Z in a word, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing.
Okay.
If you're looking at like let's just take the last 3 letters of the alphabet. I cannot believe we're doing this, by the way. But we're gonna talk about letters for the next
hour.
I don't know, hour or so. If you take X, Y, Z, X is just so nuts because of things like xylophone. So X basically sounds like Z sometimes.
X is a maniac. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like X, But
here's the thing. What in kindergarten you learned, it's like, okay, you have to have a vowel, right? Like that's just something that you have to do.
Right.
And when you're talking about the different vowels and stuff, which I'm sure we'll have at least one in the top 5.
Of course.
But then you have this weird letter called a Y.
That's what I'm saying. Y,
which
does whatever he wants.
Vowel. It's the wild card. Like, that's what I mean. So, like, if you're looking at X, Y, Z, which I would think are like the kind of the bad boys of the English alphabet.
I wouldn't leave my daughter alone with any of those letters.
Absolutely not.
No way.
But what I'm saying is, out of those 3, I think Y is like the crazy one that just needs to be on the list.
Yeah, has no qualms about going wherever he wants. But there's something about Z that's so forbidden. Do you know what I mean? Like Z, man. When you see a Z in something, it makes it that much cooler.
Over a Y?
Yeah, Y's in everything.
I know, but that's it's so.
Yeah, Y. You're gonna see Y everywhere. Z is like a Lamborghini. Okay, and Y
you turn your head when you see a word with a Z in it.
Yeah, man.
Like a zebra.
Yeah, zebras are great.
Okay.
Like a Zeppelin.
Like a Zeppelin?
Yeah, man.
Well, what about...
That's a slick word, Zeppelin.
What about a yacht? The Y.
Yeah, that's a nice Y word. That's a nice Y word.
But I'm just saying. Okay, so so we're in a disagreement
but
there.
But it's like, Y's and like day.
Let's hit some other things because for vowels, right? Like, do you think we have more than one vowel on this top 5 list?
We could potentially. You do get bonus points for being an E, right? Among the few vowels. That's an honor. I think E, A, E, I, O, U. What about you? Am I just a fanboy of the end of the alphabet?
Yeah,
I think I don't because we always talk about the beginning, man.
So then here's the thing: can you have U without having a Q next to it, or vice versa? Can you have Q on a list without having a U? I feel like you need them together.
Why?
Because they're always together. That's the thing. Is like you always have a U with a Q. Like
little known fact though, they actually don't like each other at all.
No, they absolutely hate themselves.
Really good working relationship.
But they're professional enough to be doing it for however many hundreds of years.
They remind me of the Mythbuster guys.
So here's the thing. I wouldn't put either of them on there because I feel like Q is just like, oh hey P, what's up? What if I'm your mirror image?
Yeah, right.
And I mean, I feel like you're not.
There's got to be a copyright infringement somewhere.
Well, there is, and then you have to bring in you too. Like you can't even stand on your own merit. You always have to have another letter because you're just not good enough to.
You kind of looks dorky though. It's just like this little curve.
I actually if we're talking about looks, I actually then might go into a Q as saying that's actually pretty good.
I like Q for looks.
What's your best looking?
S. I think Z is the best looking letter. It's so sharp, man.
Man, you
Z's
love
dressed up,
Z.
bro. Dude, Z is like the donkey of fucking alphabet.
From a graphic design standpoint, I think Q is very interesting. Q is
interesting.
You can make it look whatever you want, and kind of the way like
you can get a little wild with Q.
Yeah. Because like you can do like your regular Q with like a line through it. You could do like a weird like. Did you have to take cursive in?
Yeah.
It was
capital Q's a nice looking guy,
but it's bizarre. It's like Q but just bigger.
Wait. What do you mean? Oh, you mean cursive? Oh, yeah.
It's just
sure.
It's the exact same thing. It's just it's a larger written thing. I know. So
if we're getting cursive involved, that changes the game a lot. But
I mean, something
like cursive Y is amazing in cursive.
Sure, it ties everything together.
Exactly,
I mean,
it's just
I guess
flows,
that's the nature of cursive.
That's literally the nature of cursive.
Like high school made you feel. Well, actually, I shouldn't say even high school. I guess it was grade school that we did cursive. But like, it was like you're going to be writing in cursive. That's what the big kids use. I never have written in cursive.
I don't.
The moment I left middle school, it's always been all caps, really tiny.
Dude, we had a cursive we had a handwriting class, but. In elementary school, so we learned cursive in elementary school, but we never used it after that.
Yeah, like so you have a major hard on for Z. I can see it from here. We're sitting on the bed.
I'm
I thought
sexually
it was something
attracted
else,
to Z,
and then we just keep talking about Z, and it's about to poke me. So we can put maybe Z on. Like you were fighting very hard for it.
I like Z. I just think we should talk about Z. He's got a record, but it doesn't matter, dude. Like this guy knows how to do it.
So if we have Z, do you put A on just because A is like always first?
I don't like A. I think A is the most overrated letter.
He's like the line leader of the alphabet.
His ego's too fucking big, man.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, I lead it off. Like no one cares, man. No one likes A.
And you think that E is doing more of a heavy lift than
E's the Wozniak to A's Jobs.
That's actually there's a lot of layers there. A for Apple and man, that's.
I am pulling him out today, Tyler, and I'm telling you, I think A is the front man. A gets all the credit, but they're nothing without E. He puts in the work.
I completely agree. I think E is a lock for top 5.
I agree with you. I think we can put that. Yeah, I think we can put that on for sure. Yeah.
And I know how much shit we were just giving Q and U, but you kind of can't have E and without like an R. I think R is very versatile.
R is good.
I think, and again, not to go back to Wheel of Fortune, but I think RST.
RSTE, yeah.
RSTEZ. I don't know. Like, I'd be okay with that.
RSTZE. We didn't talk about T. I like T.
We didn't talk about T. I like T a lot.
T's strong.
I'm a little biased, but
T is strong.
T is strong.
Like, it's a nice. There's some.
Especially because when you think about it, like
there's some power there.
Well, think about like woodworking and construction. Yeah, like your T square. Like you need those right angles.
You need it absolutely.
You don't get that on Z. I'm just saying.
What do you think the strongest letter is?
All those acute angles.
Like the strongest shape is a triangle.
The strongest shape would be.
But the strongest letter.
Sure.
What would the strongest letter be? T's got to be in the running, right?
I guess M. 2 triangles?
Well, you can't really well, I assume you're going to do the standard test of putting weight on top of it to see how strong it is,
Well,
right?
then T would not be it, because T has like a little leg down there, like a little...
Well, it could have some girth.
Oh, okay, so you're talking like impact font. Impact font T. We're getting real
Impact
deep
font
in this
Dude,
alphabet.
I used to use Comic Sans back in fucking elementary school.
Yeah, that was like the cardinal sin of graphic
design.
Man.
Comic Sans.
Comic Sans, Chiller.
Yeah.
Terrible fonts.
Dude, they looked so bad, actually. I looked at Comic Sans like, as an adult now, and I'm like, geez, why do we like this? Just because it was called Comic Sans?
I started finding some beauty in like Courier New and like these mono fonts where it's just, every letter takes up a specific space.
Yeah.
And they might not look as pleasing as something like a Roboto or something like that, but and I could talk for fonts for days, but with Courier New, like I think that we're seeing a trend with that stuff. I know we've used it a little bit for like the Couch Company, like
it looks good. It looks slick.
Yeah, it's a little. It's different.
It's different too. Yeah, it catches the eye. Yeah, dude, I think font theory is actually really interesting. Not even capping.
Yeah, that was like I think it was the first year of college. I think we had a pretty good font class.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what I told you this story about my one professor, or maybe he was a teacher from high school. He couldn't get into this one book, and it was a pretty well-known book. Like, he knew he should have liked it.
Yeah.
It was the font. He had to get a different book with different fonts, and it was easy.
Fine.
Yeah, so it's like there's something there, easiness to read, catching the eye.
Let me ask you this, and I know that we keep talking about relationships. Like, is T strong enough to be by itself without like an H?
Yeah,
like
I mean H. I feel like T and H.
I don't like H on the top 5 list personally.
No, I don't like H either.
I don't have any love for H, K, I, L, like kind of those middle ones for whatever reason. I have no idea why.
What about M? M's good.
M is good. I mean, it's fine. M is.
Did you ever do the letter people play?
I don't know what.
Okay, so in elementary school, we did this thing called the letter people play. It's a play, and every letter is a character. M was the coolest one. He had the coolest song because he was like.
You guys made up songs for letters?
Yeah, so we were each a letter, and each letter is a character. Okay, and they all have their goofy, quirk or whatever. And M was cool because his thing was he just wanted to eat everything, and he was like Munchy Munchy M or something.
Yeah.
And his song was awesome. It was super dope, and he would just eat everything. But I was L, and I had to play a girl, so it was nice. I had to laugh or something. That was my thing. So I never. When L is not even coming on this list, I was scarred from that.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. What about O?
I do have range though. Anyone listening out there? Casting, I will play anything.
You will play L. Okay.
I will play
What's so I know I would say E's a lock on the list.
Yeah.
We'll give you a tentative Z at maybe the 5th place.
What about S? I mean, you don't like S?
I would be fine with S. I don't know if we put S and Z.
No, I'm saying like a compromise. Would you rather put S over Z?
I think S is more versatile. I think
S
is
a
better letter than
Z's rare, man. You don't.
It is rare.
You don't drive a Lambo daily driving, but
right. But is that a prerequisite? And this is something we really didn't kind of decide. Is what are we judging this stuff on? We did that for the other list.
I don't know. We're just saying random bullshit.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is like, is it looks? Is it use case?
It's everything. It's everything.
Yeah, but then I think
you're going from a more practical standpoint where it's like, okay, how often are these used? How often do we use these? What's their function?
We should have asked Lindsay what her top 5 was.
Why would we do that?
Well,
I thought you meant like the rules. No, we should. Well, we can. We'll get ours down and we'll go and ask her. So for me, I'm more of a romantic.
Okay.
I like the look. I like the style. I like the story of the letter. Where did this letter come from? You know what I mean? What's in this letter's heart?
Yeah.
What is this letter's aspiration?
What's in this sharp, pointed Z?
It's sharp, man. It's just a good looking letter.
Z is a tired N.
No.
How not? It's literally N knocked over.
No, it's its own thing. It's its own thing, man. It's sharp. It's pointy. Got the points on the ends, man, and it's just straight and across.
So
it's
why
just a slick looking
why
letter.
Z and why not N? You like the horizontal.
N's rounded.
You like the horizontal. N is not rounded.
Yeah,
Well, that's the
is.
other thing. Are we talking about capitals or lowercase?
Oh, are you going capital?
I was going capital.
Oh,
I guess we don't have to.
Yeah, that capital N.
Does that play a factor in our rankings? It has to look and feel good.
Well,
in
it's
capital
two.
and lowercase?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's two versions.
Are we splitting
See,
it? Are we
Z
suddenly saying it's two sets of 26?
No, because it's all encompassing. So your
specify?
capital letter factors into your overall score.
So
I
we
would
can't
say.
just be like, it's just lowercase.
Yeah, no. So I was thinking in terms of lowercase. That is a good point, though. But lowercase n sucks. It's just a little.
I agree, but I would say lowercase z is uninspired because it's literally the
Dude,
exact
Z is
same
the
thing.
same. He's consistent.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's something would be
He
said for
just gets
consistency.
big.
He just can't.
You know what I mean? So it's
Sure.
like
all right,
Z's great. I love the
buddy.
consistency.
I will give you Z. I don't think Z's number one.
I'm not saying Z's one. Z's my personal favorite
I think
letter, probably.
if I had to put something on there, I think I would go E number one. I
Okay.
would go R, S, T, Z.
What about G? How do you feel about G? I think we're just walking right over that one. It's got a nice capital. It's got an interesting lowercase.
Yeah.
Useful.
G's fine.
Ugh. I think
don't
G
know,
looks
man.
good.
G's okay.
Yeah.
You could do some stuff with G.
You can do some stuff with G. I mean, it's a good lead-off letter too. I feel like there's a lot of words that start with G.
like
Golf.
and exactly.
Yikes.
Grape.
Grape.
We're struggling with figuring out
Words.
best. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not a fan of G.
We're just.
you can-
I don't know why we're not seeing the same. We're not on the same plane here.
I feel like we needed to spread these out. Like we need to have like a whiteboard and just like write.
Yeah,
them all
this
out.
one is a big brain one. We didn't realize how involved this was. Okay, we know E's on.
Yes.
Okay.
I would say E is number
We
one.
know-
E is the top letter of the alphabet.
Well, let's make it a little suspenseful.
Okay.
Before we're.
I'm just saying. I think that's. I mean,
I think you're probably right.
do you think R should be on the list?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like R.
What about S?
Ravioli.
Would you be happy if I give you S and Z, or do you think you need one or the other? I know I was saying we should pick just one. Do you
Well,
want do you
I
want
mean,
round
I
or do you
like
want sharp?
your. I mean,
Because S is
From
just as
your
uninspired
theory-
as Z. It's just they're essentially the same thing. Just one's
how do
a
you
little
not
more.
like S? I don't understand.
I do like S. I wanted to put it on the list.
Over
I like
Z?
S
Over Z?
Over Z. Yeah, absolutely. I think Z
It's tough.
is
you don't like straight lines or like what?
I love
what-
straight lines.
I don't think you
That's
do.
why I want E.
Yeah, but dude, Z has some straight lines, man.
I would take T.
I like T, but
I would take T over Z.
I don't know why. I mean, Z doesn't have to be on the list. I will compromise with S. Let's put S on the list,
Okay.
even though I think S is the last year models.
ERS.
E.
ERS.
ERS.
T.
Could do T.
How,
said
how
no
do we,
M.
How do we feel about J?
You don't like M?
I don't like J. M's okay.
What's wrong with J?
I don't know.
It's got a dot.
I know, and I feel
I like
feel,
that.
I
That's-
feel wrong.
that's
to put,
kinda-
I feel wrong to put T on the list, not J. I feel is that narcissistic?
Absolutely,
Probably.
but I mean, you're just an A, dude. You're just like A.
I'm just like A.
Yeah, your ego.
I get what I want.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. Yeah.
Actually, when it comes to these lists, I pretty much get what I want.
I got mushroom. I'm happy with that.
You did get mushroom.
Anyway, yeah.
What's the best mushroom pizza you had? Like from what place? No, I'm actually curious because I don't think you've ever told me, because like obviously Vinny's is
Yeah.
like not good mushroom. Like it's just so
No, it's
watery.
not. Currently, it would be Permanis. There was
Permanis.
a place in Bellevue called Luigi's that was very good mushroom.
Oh, right, yeah.
And they did a hybrid one where it was like half fresh, half canned, and I
Isn't
liked
it?
a lot.
Isn't it still there? Or it's not there anymore.
No, they closed down years ago.
Oh, awful. Yeah. Anyways, dude, I think one of my favorite pepperonis is Vocelli's, and like I know that's blasphemous
yeah.
to say, but it's so
I think it's
good.
fine.
I think it's like Permanis, where I know it's gonna be consistent every time.
Sure. There's something to be said about that. Consistent.
I think my
like
friend-
the letter Z.
Yeah. Well, is Z consistent? I feel like Z does like
Z is pretty. So here's the thing, and this is the only thing.
Z is
that can
like
throw it in,
Z is like a legendary Pokemon, dude. Like you don't see this guy.
But here's maybe this is
Okay.
what I'm harming, and I know I keep bringing up cursive.
No, tell me what Z did to you.
The cursive Z is bullshit.
The curse of Z.
Do you remember what the cursive Z is?
No.
It's like a big hump and a little hump and then like a little loop-de-loop underneath the line. So all your
a cursive Z.
Yeah, cursive Z. So like all of your like
let
your
me think.
sharp lines.
What is a cursive? How do you draw a cursive Z?
I'm trying to draw it on the bed here. Yeah. It's like a hump here, and then like a smaller hump, and then it like goes down and like loops up. Right?
Is that actually what it is? I can't remember. You're probably right.
Because you can't. I mean, it's cursive. You can't do straight lines on it.
Yeah,
everything's all looped. Yeah. Like even a T is like looped with like a slash.
Right. No. Right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
a Z goes from like this sharp, angled, consistent boyo to.
Okay, well, look, we don't have to put Z on the list.
I don't want to bully Z off.
You bullied Z off, man.
Right now,
it's over.
Right now, Z is number 5. We really need to come up with number 4.
No, I don't think Z is on. You've convinced me that Z shouldn't be on it. It's the worst fucking letter ever.
We have
S. Exactly. I'm okay with that.
SRTE.
I think we should talk about J a little bit. The more I'm thinking about it.
J.
Okay, so you have an I.
Yeah.
And the J just does it better. It's got a curve. It's got a dot. It's one of the only ones to have a dot.
But then you're going into the whole
and then we go capital, and it has straight line and curve.
So does I.
Straight line and curve.
I has two lines.
Yeah, but it doesn't curve. Where's the curve on the I?
It doesn't curve.
It's not. That's not sexy at all.
I know, but
a J is kind of sexy.
I just gave ship to Q for
But Q stole.
And what did J do?
J improved. J improved on I.
You don't think Q looked at P and it was like, no,
Q flipped.
It should obviously
Q just flipped.
Yeah, it should be on the right side.
Yeah, but Q literally is the same thing as a P.
I mean, yeah.
Kind of. Sure. I mean,
hey, I have no love for Q. Don't get me
me neither, but you're saying J just stole I? Like, they're totally different.
Well, I'm just saying we need to at least call that out, that it's essentially
It's inspired by I.
It's inspired.
It's inspired by I.
All right. So it has a curve.
But it is not stolen.
Do you want J in the list? Is that
number? I'm thinking about it. I think it's a nice little letter. You don't like it though. I think it has versatility. Now I will say it hurts a little bit. There's not a lot of J words. I feel like you don't see J that often.
I would agree with that. I mean,
right?
A lot of names.
Do you see J in like the middle of words usually? I feel like no.
Middle of words?
Yeah, right. Like you're not seeing that.
I mean, I guess there's something there.
It's a good lead off.
Yeah, you see more J words starting without like, and I's don't. I's always in the middle. And granted, now you're talking vowels versus consonants, so there's that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no. I like J. I mean, is T on the list? What do we have on the list so far? E.
We have E.
We have S.
SRT.
We have RT, and we just need a 5th spot.
Yeah.
I'm thinking here. What else are we missing? I feel like we're missing one. We're missing a letter.
I mean, there's C.
There's C. C's okay.
C is basically an O that got lazy.
What about O? O's kind of nice.
O's a great vowel. Is it as strong as E, though? I don't
know.
think so.
No. But I would say well, you know what we should do? I think we need to put Y on there. Y is a vowel and not a vowel. Yeah. It's too good.
I think Y is, if you want a crazy wild card bad boy Z-esque, basically Z, but more.
Yeah, I mean, I would feel like Y is Z's older brother, right? Like that just did it better.
Sure.
But as a middle child, I can understand Z's pain.
Do we move Y up? Is Y our 4th spot?
So Y our 4th spot. So do we have an order right now? We have E is number 1.
I think E is the best letter of the alphabet. Yeah.
We have R is number 2. Or
I would give you S is number 2. I think S is better than R.
I don't know if S is better than R.
You don't think?
I'm thinking about it. R
ends a lot of words. Nice. So does S though. S
ends words. Yeah.
Here's the thing: you bring in S, and suddenly it's multiples.
That's powerful.
It's pretty powerful. It has a lot of things, and it gives you possession.
Yep. Yeah.
I think S would
S with an apostrophe, man. That's
very commanding.
Beautiful.
Sure.
S number 2. A lot of versatility there with S.
Yeah.
3R.
Yeah, I'll give you 3R.
4Y and then
4Y, 5T.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's correct.
Yeah, I mean, do we want to talk about W or anything like that?
W's fine. I mean, nothing wrong with W, but it's just 2 V's. It's just 2 V's.
2 V's.
A little lazy in the design there.
Sure.
Yeah, so I think like all of those letters on our list, good designs, useful.
I just want to call out, what did I say in the very beginning where it's RSTLNE? And
you won me over,
that's
Tyler.
a lot.
You're too good at this. It's almost like you're a designer or something. Like you know about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty good with that.
Yeah, no, I think you have an eye for sure. I mean, obviously you do it for a living. So
No, I just meant with our list. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm good with myself.
Well, you are. I mean, I check out our are people able to go on to see our? Tyler made a web page, kind of.
Yeah, I can. I'll post the link in,
and it looks really nice. It has
our
our lists on there currently. So
yeah, we get some nice Samwise Gamgee portraits.
Yeah, we need to immortalize them for sure. Yeah, Samwise. But yeah, I think those. So we got. Remind me what we have. E S R Y T.
YT.
Man, you did call that from the start. I was really fighting for the.
Look, I understand they're common, but they're so versatile. They're in so many.
I think there's a reason they're so common. I mean, it's just.
But it's people like them so much that.
That's what I'm saying. When the Mr. Alphabet created the alphabet, he is obviously going to pick the best letters
100%
to showcase.
Yep.
And, that's not a coincidence at all. I think that's absolutely what's going on with that.
So is this a lock for the Couch Company top 5 best letters of the English alphabet?
Yeah, it's a lock. I think you stamp it, dude.
ESRYT.
ESRYT. Yeah, it's a lock. I feel good about
it's
that.
Done. We're
I will go to war with
now.
anyone that tells me differently.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. I mean, love to hear other people's opinions. I mean, they're going to be obviously wrong.
They're wrong.
Opinions,
yeah, no, that's okay. I mean,
we like to talk over kind of differences and understand kind of
absolutely.
where they went wrong in their thinking and stuff.
I agree. You need to understand, and have empathy for those situations. I will say, nothing has made me more proud to convince someone else that Donkey is number 4. he literally texted me and he was like, he just kept talking about it, and then I was like, shit, Donkey's amazing.
It's pretty good. You convinced me. And you're good with T over. So the more I think about it, I think T is more versatile. I think it's
I'm
better letter.
I'm not in love with the 5th spot. I'm not in love with it. I like it, but I'm not in love with it.
I like the.
What about L?
I like the. No, I don't like it. I mean, L's nice. Yeah, as far as
right.
as far as like a 90-degree. So L is good, but T has 2 90-degree angles. And it's used elsewhere where you have a T-square, right?
Yeah, right.
So
it has real-world applications.
I like the poetry of if you take a capital T and you take a capital J, it's essentially the exact same letter. It's just with a little kind of
a hook.
A hook.
Yeah. Yeah, I think J is a great letter.
No, I do too.
Yeah.
I think you're a great person that represents J very well.
I appreciate that, Tyler. Yeah. I do my best. I also have a Z in my name, though. My last name.
That's true, you do.
And I think that's where my ZMB is coming from.
Oh man, I can't believe I just.
It's a cool dude. When you're trying to be edgy, you put a Z instead of an S. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, to be fair, we didn't even talk about like really F. We didn't talk about D.
I'm not inspired by those letters.
I have a Z in my last name, so it's not like we're.
Wait, what? Do you?
Yeah.
DeFazio. DeFazio. You don't like it then? You still, you're seeing that every day.
Z is fine. I just think that it is
fine.
It's fine. It's the
I
Toy
like T.
Story.
I mean,
Look,
T's good.
Z is the Toy Story of the English alphabet.
For those of you, did you say it on here? I forget. But just so you guys can, I remind the world here, Tyler thinks Toy Story is an average movie.
No, I didn't say average. I said it was okay.
Well,
I would say on average, most movies are poor.
Oh, that's weird. When I say something's okay, that means average for me.
Yeah, and I think that is a normal response. I'm just letting everyone know they're wrong.
What would you give Toy Story out of 10?
Out of 10, a Toy Story?
Yeah.
Toy Story 1?
Yeah.
Right now watching it or when I saw it originally?
Right now.
Right now when I watch it, I'll give it maybe a 7.
What about originally?
Originally, maybe like a 7.5.
Interesting.
No, that's a lie. I would probably say...
Is 5 average for you?
I think so. Here's the problem. I agree with you that 7 is average because it's like 7 is good and 6 is like okay, and then like 5 is like mediocre.
Exactly.
I think we need to break away from that. It's tough to do that though.
Not if we use decimals.
All I'm saying is, I would say if you take all the movies in the world, I would say the majority of them are poor.
I agree with that. Yeah, but that doesn't mean okay means horror. Or I mean, okay
and
means
I think okay. Let me go
average.
back. I think Toy Story is on the better side
of average. No, that's wrong, but it's better than saying it's average, I guess.
Yeah, throwing you a bone.
You throw me a little bit of a bone. I appreciate that. Dude, Toy Story is so good. I just don't understand what went wrong. Like, your likes and dislikes just baffle me sometimes. Like, I feel like I know you, and then you just pull that out of nowhere.
It's
just
so fluid, man. My thing is, I like to speak in very, like, kind of black and white terms.
Sure.
Unless it doesn't suit me, and then I go gray. But I like to cause kind of controversy on that stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's
look
just
at these
me.
lists.
Like you should,
controversy
right.
city out here.
You should look at it as just like I wish I liked more things. It's very depressing, honestly.
I feel like you're not a super cynical person, though. Like,
I don't think so. And the thing that I keep needing to do better, especially when we talk about like actors or voice acting and things like that, it's very easy for us to sit back and be like, oh, for instance, we were literally just talking a little bit ago about the joke. Who's the Joker in the Batflick one? The
Leto?
Jared Leto, right? Like, I'm saying, like, how terrible of a Joker he is.
Yeah, right.
But the thing is, like, he's trying to do a new thing on something, which
playing the Joker post Ledger is just cursed. Like, there's no way you're gonna, you know what I mean?
Well, I guess what I'm saying is, like, at the end of the day, he's a way better actor than I could ever be, or even
but I actually don't subscribe to that belief, because it's like I can sit here and watch a professional athlete. And, like, they're immune to criticism because they're better than I am at the craft. I don't think...
I guess, but I guess
don't think
my
that's
thing
fair.
would be, could I handle criticism I mean, like, we're going to be criticized for talking for, 30 minutes on nonsensical alphabetizing stuff. But, at the end of the day, like, could I handle the criticism the way that they do? Probably not.
Yeah, no, I mean, it
definitely
takes a thick skin for sure. But I don't think anyone should ever be immune to criticism.
I agree. I mean, that's fair.
Like, even if you're the best in the world at something, you're not perfect, So
I mean, hey, you convinced me. So Toy Story is maybe a 6.5 now.
Hey, I'd rather be honest than try to bullshit.
I would say Toy Story is a 7. I appreciate what it did for.
So
for
what's your favorite? What's your favorite like kids movie?
Oh man, kids movie? Aladdin.
Yeah, because like
I would say Aladdin.
Toy Story's like a kids movie, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, so if you're talking within like the Disney and Pixar realm,
I guess. I mean,
so I would take Aladdin over any Pixar.
Well, okay, I guess I should start with what's your favorite Pixar movie? Did I ask you? Incredibles.
Yeah, we talked about
I did
that.
it. Yeah,
Incredibles
so
would be mine.
And then just Disney in general is Aladdin.
Yeah.
Aladdin is very good, but I will say that I'm a huge Tangled fan. I think Tangled was excellent.
Tangled was probably I view, and I know this is the generation gap of, I view Tangled as like the modern era of
there's
Disney
distinct era. So there's the classic era, the classical period, which is like Snow White and Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty.
Uh-huh.
And then you get to the next phase, which is the romantic period. And that is
the romantic period.
I'm just using musical terms at
this
point.
Yeah.
But that's like what came after that was like that's when it was like Aladdin and Little Mermaid.
Lion King. Yeah.
Well, just Disney or princess movies.
Lion King's not a princess movie?
No. Oh shoot. I guess it is.
I guess
Simba's
Nala is
king,
technically. Right? I guess Nala wouldn't be a princess.
It's the first time I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. We see the prince become the king, though, right? Or
it's about time.
Queen.
Those princesses just stole the. Yeah, okay. It's still within that time frame.
Yeah, no. It is. I never thought of it as a princess movie.
It's not. That was just me.
She's a prince, technically.
No, he is, I guess.
Princess Leia is a Disney
Nala's
prince.
Not a princess, though. Nala was just a lion. Lioness.
She became, I guess, yeah. She was just a lion.
And then she turned to queen. I mean,
yeah, she just went straight to the top.
That's
like
not bad.
So Simba's a prince, though, yeah?
Yeah, I would say that. I mean,
do they even have a king? They're just like the leader of the pride.
Well, I mean, Scar literally says, "Long live the king," as he throws Mufasa.
Yeah,
off
but
the cliff.
that's because he was implementing a new form of government.
No, because he was saying like, wasn't Zazu doing something where it's like blah 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 blah, and your future king or something.
Yeah,
like
I think
that.
you're right.
With
Yeah, I
talking
think
to
you're right.
Hyenas-
So he is
Hyenas
a king.
maybe or something.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Or
Yeah.
no, he was. It says he was talking to Scar. I think
Yeah,
something like
yeah. Scar's a good
that.
villain.
How do we get to Disney movies?
We were talking about letters, and at some point we made a detour.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
I don't
I mean,
remember.
we've been.
What
It's
are we at?
35 minutes. I think that's
35?
yeah.
Hey,
I'm fine with. A
I'm
short,
down to clown.
We are drinking tonight. We're playing some King's Cup and hanging out. So I mean,
I actually going on this trip here. I don't have a vast knowledge of drinking games. Like I didn't play in college
we're pretty focused on.
we drank a lot, but it was like I guess we played the same games. Like we didn't really play a variety. So it was like beer pong and dude, once we started playing beer ball, that's all we did. It was the most fun thing ever.
The entire cabin we have is all carpeted though, so that
We can't play beer ball,
yeah,
which sucks. That's my favorite
rough,
game. But the one crack the can. What is that one called?
Yeah, King's Cup.
Oh, King's Cup. That was a fun one. I did like that. That was neat.
I'm happy. You liked it. I didn't know if you would
died on it.
Yeah, it was
because
not great.
Well, dude, the problem is
You shove the cards in just with abandon, like reckless abandon. You shove
Tyler,
it right
I
in.
go
It doesn't
for it.
matter.
Everything I do, it's like I'm dunking. Like that's
Yeah,
just
I
how
know.
I vision
And
my life.
that you lose every time. You lost both times.
I
right?
did lose both times, but the thing is I was in a worse state going into the game, and that's a game that requires
true, and
focus.
it
It
just
just
gets
wasn't
worse.
fair,
Yeah.
dude. This shit happens to me every time we do this.
Yeah, but now you know, like as we make our way downstairs, you know what you're going to get into.
Yeah, I mean, you got to stop at 15 next time instead of 20. It's too many beers, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is good.
This is
I
good.
think we got it off our chest.
That sounds good.
Apologize for the shorter episode this week. Like we said, we're kind of in a
But hey, we're consistent. We'll be back with better mics and everything on Friday.
yeah, absolutely, and
with a new
that'll be
list and
fun.
everything,
So
yeah.
I hope you enjoyed this one. Letters. I feel like everyone can relate to that. I can't believe we did a list about
yeah,
letters.
I mean-
dude, we're gonna have the best list.
Dude, talking for 20 minutes on the English alphabet, I guess is something.
Man, I still like Z, bro. I just like it.
Too late. We locked it.
No, it's locked.
I
It's
literally
locked. Hey,
chiseled it.
in my
dusting,
head,
I'm dusting the bed off now.
That's
I don't know if
fine.
you can hear the
Yeah,
chisel going
I
on
see
the
ya.
microphone.
And in my head canon,
Yeah,
Z is 6.
I'll give you 6 on the Z.
So
That's fine.
that's just John's list. But all right. Well, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. We will see you same time, same place next week. Thanks for joining us on the couch.